Welcome once again to the WDW Fan Zone show. And that's for our fans and listeners and those who watch who have come back. But if it's your first time, welcome here as well. This is episode number 587 for the week of June 12th, 2026. And we've got a full house here tonight. We've got Jess with the news, we got the rest of our hosts, but we're going to talk about something a little different tonight, explain it in just a little bit, but we're going to compare the parks and how they differ from each other. Theming is one of the things that stands out, but even how many attractions and shows and dining and those kinds of things. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But before that, we're going to get some news and an update from Jess. But since we've got everybody here tonight, I think it's great to go around and catch up with everybody, just quickly before we get into the show. And I welcome everybody back. It's good to see Shannon again. She's unfortunately had to be away for a little while, but we're happy to have her back, and I'm happy to see everybody tonight. So if Shannon doesn't mind, I don't want to put her on the spot, but I'm going to start with you tonight. And I understand that you're going to start doing some Disney World planning today with the help from a relative.
Yes, I am very excited. I've got my eye on getting to Disney. We had some family things we were working through, but now that I'm starting to in the clear here, I'm seeing Disney in my future as a way of shining a bright light on the future and things that would be exciting and bring the family together and have a great time together. So we've got a trip we're planning for next April. I also have a little one before that by myself, but I got a preview before I bring the family back. So I'm very excited.
Cool. That sounds great. Lottie, how are things in your neck of the woods? Anything exciting going on for you? Or are you just working every day?
I am working every day, but I'm on the countdown to 5 nights on the Destiny. So I'm starting to. We pulled the suitcase out of the basement and we're starting to throw stuff in there. So yay!
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what you think of the Destiny and some of the experiences your family gets to live while you're on the ship.
No kids.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's an abbreviated family. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, no kids this trip.
Well, you do have one big kid, and I know that big kid is just going to love the Marvel parts of the ship.
Yeah.
Cool. Jess, going back down to the southern part of the U.S. here, and I understand you're actually not any hotter than I am right now. So.
And right now is pretty comfortable. It was like 73. We all went swimming because the water was warmer than the air, but it was very nice. But I do have a Disney trip coming up, staying at the boardwalk for a couple nights, going to the beach for a couple days. So fun end of summer events going on around here.
Okay, some pool at home. And so you said the boardwalk. Do you like the boardwalk pool?
I think so. I mean, okay. I'm not really going. We're going to do the parks.
So,
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to the pool at my house.
You take care of that and then go down and.
So, but we're going to do some extended evening hour events. So, like the Epcot on Monday night and Magic Kingdom on Wednesday night. So. That's I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, especially this time of year because it gets hot in the middle of the day this time of year. Boy, does it ever.
Yep.
Oh, Darlene, speaking of Florida, have you been out of Florida recently?
Have I been out of Florida?
Yeah.
I was last month, not this time. But
go where Bills, you were?
Go Bills. Yeah, we're working feverishly. We just finished our front gardens. We put the mulch down today, so all the rocks are out, flowers are back. I've got a beautiful thing. hoping for no cold winter this year.
So you're repopulating the foliage from what you lost in, what was it, February this year?
Yeah. And I picked things that say they're good in 20-degree weather.
Oh, well, yeah, unfortunately now you need to, right?
I know. Sadly. So I'm loving the warm weather though.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was in New York, it was cold.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're just comparing. Okay. Yeah. So you've gotten used to it down there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stay here because I don't want to get used to that. Even though, anyway.
Yeah.
Kurt, and I understand it's a little warmer and toastier in your location right now than it is in Florida.
They could have kept the heat to themselves. You did not need to send it up here. That's all I got to say. So yeah, we hit triple digits on our car thermometers today. It was hot. So
it is lovely.
It's still 87. You guys keep it.
Well, Kurt's heat is coming my way tomorrow. We have looks like a 5-day heat wave starting tomorrow in the low to the upper 90s throughout that span. We just had a recovery from 3 straight days of 100 a little over a week ago, but we had a little recovery over the last week, but now we're going back up again. It is July. And, I am looking forward to October. In October, I'm going to Disneyland and going to get to do the Oogie Boogie Bash. I've gotten that confirmed. I'm going to get to do some special things. I'll have to share them with you after the show, but really looking forward to that and hoping it's going to be a nice, comfortable time in Anaheim in October, but I'm sure that it will be. Oh, but let's move on and let's get into some more Disney, and Disney's always changing. So, Jess, what are you hearing in the news this past week?
Oh, goodness. All right. So, if you are staying at a deluxe resort, you may already know that you have extended evening hour perks that let you stay in the park 2 hours later on select nights. Right now, it's Epcot and Magic Kingdom. That's kind of what it typically is. Because of the Halloween party at Magic Kingdom coming up in August, they are changing a few of the locations this fall. So Wednesday, August 26th and September 2nd will be at Animal Kingdom. And Wednesday, September 16th is in Hollywood Studios. This is as far as the calendar goes for now. You know, the Halloween party goes through October. So be on the lookout for more changes there. If you are staying at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, there is a new bus stop. It has been in front of the Polynesian entrance because of all the construction going on, but it has moved back to its original spot. If you're coming from inside the Polynesian, you just the lobby, just turn left and it's like on the side over there. That's all I have for news today, but don't forget to check park hours, show times, and attraction closures before planning your trip. Check again once you arrive to see if they change, because they do, and sometimes without much warning, especially with all these storms going on. The Walt Disney World area is expecting summer weather, which is hot, humid, and a chance of storms every day. And if it does storm, it might cool down your evening like it did today, but not always. So check that out. For my This Day in Disney History, I didn't do today because of how close we are to another day, but it's July 17th, which is in a couple days, depending on when you're listening to this. But 1955, July 17th, Disneyland opened in California. And that was for an invitation only. And then it opened for everyone on July 18th, 1955. So that's coming up in a couple days for us. That is the latest Disney news straight to you from Central Florida. Back to you, John.
Oh, Jess, thank you for that report from Central Florida. And we're happy to have you again. And maybe there'll be some bigger news next week. Who knows? There's
some stuff none of it's confirmed, so I don't want to say anything until it's confirmed. I had a couple things, but I was like, I'm gonna wait on that because those are all just kind of rumors swirling around. So I'll wait till it's actual news.
Funny how there's always rumors around Walt Disney World.
Yes, there are. All right, well, I'll see you real soon.
See you soon, hopefully.
Bye.
Okay, well, so we were just talking about rumors and all the things happening in Walt Disney World, and that ties into what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. So there's I would say, a lot of diversity in Walt Disney World, a lot of variety. It's got 4 theme parks, and the theme parks are very different. So we've got, the Magic Kingdom, which is the original Disneyland style, the castle park, and we've got a lot of castle parks around the world, even though they have their own bent on it. And then we moved into Epcot, which was something completely different. Epcot Center when it was created, and Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. But what I wanted to talk about tonight is kind of look at how the parks vary quite a bit. And I'm going to flash up on the screen here for anybody who's watching, but if you're not watching, we're going to talk to some of these things. And what I have are the 4 different theme parks and when they opened. I also have, and I think that these numbers may not match exactly what anybody else has, but I think they're pretty good indicators of the parks. And one of the things I have here is annual attendance. So for instance, the Magic Kingdom, which the last I knew was the most visited theme park in the world, and it's 17.8 million people per year. But if we go down to Animal Kingdom, it's only 8.7 million people within the last couple of years, what it's averaging for attendance. And then somewhere in the middle, we've got Epcot with 12 million and Hollywood Studios for 10 million. So I think that right there speaks to some of the differences between the parks, just in attendance. And I'm going to drop back to our hosts here. And does anybody have some of their perceptions as to why the attendance itself is just so different or varies across the 4 theme parks? Is everybody staring at me because they don't want to step on somebody else, or because
Magic Kingdom has the most stuff. There's the most stuff to do. It's wide variety for basically anybody. A lot of little kids up to seniors, adults, everyone. And I remember when my kids were littler, we spent a lot more time in Magic Kingdom because of how much stuff there was for little kids. So I do think that might be one of the reasons the numbers are so high there.
Right.
When you're talking about Epcot, you're talking about dining, and everybody's got to eat. So there's a lot of dining that goes on over at Epcot, which is what's going to bring those numbers up.
Right. And Epcot is the second most attended of the 4 Walt Disney World, but it doesn't even, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong column. So it's the closest, 17.8 for Magic Kingdom, 12 for Epcot. So I think you're right, Kurt. I think, and let's take a
look at all those dining locations.
Yeah, so we didn't talk about
dining locations.
Yeah, so if you look at dining for Epcot, and what I have here is for all restaurants, there are 47 restaurants. And when I say dining or restaurants and dining locations, these are ones that have names. So whether it's sit down table service, or it's counter service, or it's a cart, it has to have a name. So we're not talking about a little cart that sells ice cream or drinks or popcorn. It has to have a name. But 47, and
that's not even counting the festivals. With all the food available at festivals.
It's not counting all of the booths that are set up for, pretty much around all year long anymore for the festivals, right? So it by far has the most named locations for dining across the 4 parks. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think that's another one of the reasons why there's quite a bit of difference between the parks and as well as the attendance. So do you, Kurt, tend to visit Epcot in the evening specifically for dining, maybe for the festivals during the year?
If we're down there and the festival is available, we'll make sure that we hit a festival when it's still, like when we were down there, the festival ran through Monday. We were there on Saturday. And we'll hit all day. We take that break for about 3 hours in the afternoon to get out of the heat. Then we're back in the evening. It's very rare that when we're down there, we're not as, we're not nonstop like we used to be able to be. We've slowed down with age, but we're there all day through the night. We just sometimes don't make it all the way to fireworks.
Right. So your family does one park a day, correct?
Yes. And if we have like a 6-day ticket, 2 are in the Magic Kingdom and 2 are over there. So Shannon, even as your kids get older, my son still wants to do the Magic Kingdom for 2 days because there's so much to see and do. So
we'll be talking about that.
He's turning 26. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about everybody else? Darlene, you're a little different because you live down there. When you visit the parks, do you only visit one park per day? And if
you're on mute,
probably gonna have to take the mute off.
Normally, yes, we only visit one park. If family is here, our schedule goes according to their schedule.
Okay. But you have an annual pass that allows you to go to multiple parks in a day.
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have an annual pass. And I have the Sorcerer Pass, so I do have blackout dates. So there's certain times a year I cannot go. So I tell my family if they would like me to.
That can happen in December. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not happening. But I find that like Kurt said and like Shannon said, those 2 parks, Magic Kingdom and Animal, or Epcot, are your more traveled. Animal Kingdom can get busy, but as soon as 2:00 hits and people can go to other parks or they've already finished, that park slows down. So you really can get a lot done in the park, and just make sure you get to your safari by like 4:30. They close sometimes. But you can get a lot done.
Yeah. Well, and we haven't talked about that yet, but the hours for the parks vary too.
Yes, they do.
So Magic Kingdom typically has longer hours than any of the parks.
They do.
And Animal Kingdom has the shortest
by
hours.
6.
Yeah.
Normally.
Until we'll see what happens with the latest revisions.
Yes.
Whether they will try to have parts of the park open after dark.
Yeah.
We've talked about that on the podcast before. It's kind of hard to see, Pandora and, the bioluminescence at night because it's not often dark in that park when it's open.
And that's why I love getting the park hopper passes, because then you can go, I can hit Animal Kingdom those last couple hours. And then we usually take a break in the middle of the day. We go to Animal Kingdom for maybe 2 to 3 hours. And then we still have enough juice to get going and we can get to one more park before it closes.
Yeah. Lottie, what about you? So when your family or even you individually visit, do you typically have a park hopper or do you have one park per day?
It depends on the trip. Sometimes we'll do park hoppers with the kids. I remember one trip where we tried to squeeze 3 parks into one day. And there was a revolt after the second park. Ava was done with it, but it just depends on how we're feeling and how long we're there, whether or not we get park hoppers.
Yeah.
But I think people default to the Magic Kingdom and Epcot because those are the oldest parks. And when you say Walt Disney World, that is what people picture in their head. Most people don't even realize the Animal Kingdom is there and is part of the park ecosystem. So I think that's why they have the most visitors. That's the one that people think of when they hear Disney World.
When I talk to my sister and ask her what park she went to, she'll say, I went to Disney World and Epcot.
As if it is
instead of the Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Because back in 72 when we were there, it was only in the Magic Kingdom. So
it was the only park for 11 years. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was there when it was only one park for the first time.
Right.
I will
So
say though, a lot of bloggers will put out there that not to waste your time in Animal Kingdom. It's a half-day park.
Yeah.
So I feel like if somebody doesn't know, that's what they read and they skip it.
Yeah.
And there's people that think of it as a glorified zoo, and that's not the case either.
Not the zoo.
Not a zoo.
Not
Not
the
a zoo. It's totally different.
I think a lot of our listeners or viewers probably didn't even hear that marketing campaign, but
Probably not.
That one.
depends on how long they've been around. Yeah. Well, so let's go back and take a look here again at some of the numbers. So we talked about dining there, and we see how Epcot is really big, is the biggest on dining. And it's interesting. So 47 total named locations at Epcot. Magic Kingdom only has 31.
Yes.
And then Animal Kingdom, on the other hand, has 25. So Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, not too far apart, 25, 26, and 31.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go the other way, and let's talk a little bit about, and I'm going to group them together as experiences. So rides, shows, character experiences, I'm sorry, when I say character experience, this is some kind of meet and greet where there's a location staged and there's certain characters, whether it's for everybody or it's people that have the Disney Visa or whatever. So that's what I mean by character experiences. Other experiences, these could be things like the Main Street vehicles or the trails within Animal Kingdom. So it's not really a ride, it's not a show, but it's something that you can spend your time on, and it's got a name. And then certainly we've got fireworks and parades and other kinds of nighttime things. So altogether, if we take a look here, from a rides perspective, Magic Kingdom is a huge standout. These numbers are the way that I'm pulling them together. Our listeners and viewers might come up with something different, but I've got 24 rides in the Magic Kingdom, only 11 in Epcot, 9 in Hollywood Studios, and 7 in Animal Kingdom. Certainly Hollywood Studios has construction going on, Animal Kingdom has construction going on, Magic Kingdom has construction going on, but their construction is a whole new land. When we lost the riverboat, we lost Tom Sawyer Island, but we didn't lose a lot of rides. So thoughts from our hosts on how much their Disney World has experienced based on the variety of rides, the types of rides, and the number of rides within a park.
I actually love going to Magic Kingdom because I love a lot of the rides. The rides are, for me, rideable. You have a lot of boat rides. You have a lot of calm rides. You have a lot of fun rides. There are certain things that I can't do anymore, but I enjoy them. And I think that is one of the things that our listeners would like to do is go on more rides. I feel bad for those parks that don't get the love for the rides, but they go to those for the shows because the shows are different.
Yeah. Well, so do you think that the majority of Walt Disney World visitors are gauging their day around how many rides they can get on?
Especially when you have young children.
Yeah. So I see some heads nodding, Lottie, Kurt. Shannon, from your family's perspective, is that the same kind of thing, or do you look for other kinds of things like shows? And for the numbers here, when we talk about shows, it doesn't have to be just a stage show like Beauty and the Beast or the Epic Stunt Spectacular, but it could be Carousel of Progress or Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor or Zootopia Better Together. So those numbers from a show perspective, I have those grouped in separate from fireworks and parades. So
I'd say my first trip there, it was all about the rides. You know, that's what I researched. was what rides each park had, made sure I hit them all. And then once you got there, you were like, oh, it's more than just rides. As you started to, you go to a show and you're like, wow, I didn't realize a theme park could have a show of that stature and that intensity. So then that's when it was like, okay, let's maybe scale back on some of those rides and start integrating some shows in, because then you also don't realize what 20 to 25,000 steps feel like. By day 3, you're like, okay, really need some shows into my schedule here. So now we find, I'd say I have a good balance for our trips amongst the parks. So we probably do about an equal amount of time at each of the parks. A little heavier on the Magic Kingdom because there's a lot more to do there. And I think we have a pretty good balance, probably a little more ride heavy than shows. But we try to weave in, say you do 2 rides, 1 show.
Okay. And we'll come back and take a look at the shows specifically and kind of group things together too and look from a numbers perspective. But Kurt, your family, so you've got, adult kids, you and your wife, are rides still the most important thing for you and your family, or is that changed over time?
Well, now we're getting into technicalities here because Shannon just separated a ride from a show. So like in the Magic Kingdom, I mean, they're all attractions. That's why they're called attractions.
Well, yeah.
So are you talking like are the rides most important or
rides?
So rides specifically,
yeah.
Majority of the attractions over in the Magic Kingdom are rides. So we planned it accordingly as you're working your way around to each land that, we're going to fill in as many rides as we comfortably can. We usually will use a lightning lane. So we take advantage of that where we can and then fill in the other ones. So like if we're going to Adventureland for the Jungle Cruise, you're usually going to need that lightning lane for there, and then just walk our way over towards Pirates of the Caribbean afterwards for hopefully only a 15-minute wait. So we fill our spaces where we can, and all the attractions are important to us. When we need the air conditioning, it's time to go to the Tiki Birds or the Country Bears.
All right. So I mean that's one of my observations is the shows themselves sometimes fill a role because they're entertainment, but they're also an opportunity to sit down. They're an opportunity to cool off.
Right.
So having that balance, and let's go back and take a look at some numbers here again. So if we take a look at Magic Kingdom, there are 24 rides, but there are 10 shows. So that there's plenty of shows, and I would say within the Magic Kingdom, most of the shows are probably going to be air conditioned. If we go down to Epcot has more shows than attractions. More shows than rides. So Epcot has 11 rides, but 16 shows. So, and of course, Epcot's a little bit more walking too, isn't it?
Now, with Magic Kingdom, are you counting like the stage show in front of Cinderella Castle?
Yep. That is under shows, yes.
See, and that's where I separate things, because if I'm looking at attractions versus shows,
well, we're not talking attractions. We're talking rides versus shows.
Right. See, and I would, even though it's a show, I would consider something like Country Bears or Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor or anything like that more of a ride, even though it's technically a show, versus like a stage show. I would separate those. Personally, that's what we do.
Yeah, well, but let's talk about that though. If you look at all of the experiences, so whether it's a ride, a show, a character experience, something else like a trail or fireworks, if you look at Epcot and Magic Kingdom, they're almost the same, 48 and 45. So if you combine the shows, the rides, and everything else together, Epcot and Magic Kingdom have the most experiences,
right,
to take a look at. Whereas Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom are just barely more than half of that, 26 and 24. So if you add everything together from an experience perspective, there is quite a big difference between Magic Kingdom and Epcot and Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Yeah. So do you have a favorite park that you go to first, Kurt? I think we've talked about this before.
It's 9 times out of 10 we start at the Magic Kingdom and we end at the Magic Kingdom. This year we happened to start at Epcot and we ended at Epcot because we did a 6-day pass.
Okay.
So we've been working on experimenting because, as Shannon said, there's a lot of steps in there. So if you have people that have more of a desk job that aren't being able to get out and exercise as much, starting out and going to like the Magic Kingdom on the first day and Epcot the second day, you've already walked over 25,000 steps in 2 days. That third day, it better be something with not as many steps, such as like Animal Kingdom. So yeah, there's only a few attractions there right now, but that saves you on having to. You'll still get in probably 8,000 steps, but it's kind of sad when you think of 8,000 steps or more than that. 8.2 miles. I'm sorry. So when you're looking at 8 miles versus 12 miles or 10 miles, it's a break, which is kind of scary. Yeah, I just realized 8,000 steps weren't that many. It's the miles I'm talking about that you're walking. So,
Lottie, going back and as we talk about Magic Kingdom and Epcot seem to have a lot more things to do, experiences, focused experiences versus Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Do you find yourself spending less time in Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom versus Epcot and Magic Kingdom, or do you typically spend roughly the same amount of time in any given day in any park?
So I got teenagers, and they prefer Epcot and Hollywood Studios over Magic Kingdom right now. So we actually spend less time at Magic Kingdom. They love the thrill rides. Well, at least 2 of them do. And so, yeah, we like the Food and Wine Festival, or any festival actually at Epcot. So we spend a lot of time there, and we spend a lot of time at Star Wars. My husband is a huge Star Wars and Marvel fan, both of them. So those are probably the parks that take up the majority of our vacation time.
Okay. So when you're in some place like Hollywood Studios, are you visiting the same ride or attraction multiple times within a day, or okay?
We always ride Guardians more than once. We always do Rise of the Resistance more than once. Toy Story Midway Mania happens more than once. We'll only do Slinky Dog once because that's when we have a lightning lane for it. If we do lightning lane, we'll wait.
Otherwise, to wait in line twice for a Slinky Dog.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that's interesting. So that's kind of a natural thing that happens because you like what is in Hollywood Studios. You like Galaxy's Edge, and you talked about liking Cosmic Rewind and Epcot. So even though some parks might have fewer rides or fewer overall experiences, it doesn't stop them from having huge experiences like the Galaxy's Edge or the Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, or even Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom has the fewest rides altogether, but Flight of Passage is still one of the biggest ones.
But Animal Kingdom's got better food than Hollywood Studios, so we end up, doing a little bit of park hopping when we wanna eat good food. Hollywood Studios just doesn't do it for us on the meals.
Yeah, and if we take a look at Hollywood Studios, it's interesting. It's got very similar numbers overall for food between Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. But what you're saying is the restaurants, the lounges, and the thing about Animal Kingdom, and you can see that here, if you take a look at the number of carts, there are 10 carts within Animal Kingdom. There are, and they're kind of a crossover with the counter service. So there's 11 counter service, 10 carts, and this is the way that I categorize them. But still, it's these micro locations. There's 21 of them right there within the Animal Kingdom itself.
Those numbers, looking at the dining at Magic Kingdom I don't go to Magic Kingdom for dining. There's just like, there's not much there that excites me, but like, it's sad to see how many people are going to Magic Kingdom versus some of the other parks, but how much dining there is. And I feel like it's always crowded in some of those dining locations. For his Animal Kingdom, like there's space to move, like you can get reservations.
Well, and it's interesting. So we talked about the attendance. So the attendance at Animal Kingdom is small. It's only half of what's in the Magic Kingdom. But if Magic Kingdom has less, I don't want to say palatable, but less desired food, what do we think people are doing? Do we think that they're hopping from one park to another and eating in the other park, or do we think that they're bringing their own food or eating
When I'm in Magic Kingdom, I go over to Polynesian, Contemporary. Like if I want to do all day at Magic Kingdom, I leave to eat and then come back.
Yeah.
Well, so Kurt, since your family spends the whole day in one park, what does your family typically do for food? Do you eat in the park? Do you eat in the resorts? Or
well, it depends on the meal and depends on the day.
Okay.
So, like if we're over at Animal Kingdom, and one of the things I didn't know where they land, but there's a lot of walking paths at Animal Kingdom that you can take advantage of beyond just hopping onto a ride.
Yeah, that was under the other category.
That's the other category.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little nooks and crannies where you can go and just find shade in those areas even. As far as food is concerned, though, usually by 1 or 2 o'clock, we're done. So either we're eating over at, with somewhere like Animal Kingdom, we're eating at Disney Springs, or depending on what resort we're at. We're not going to do quick service at Contemporary. I've talked ad nauseum about how much I dislike that place. What is that? Contempo Cafe?
Contempo Cafe. Yeah.
We have literally gone to other resorts to eat when we've stayed there because we did not want the food from that resort.
Yeah.
So, but if we're in the Magic Kingdom, and that's part of your planning, my friends. You got to see, what do we want to eat at each place? So we're finding the location from each park that we want to go and eat at. You know, maybe there's something new. Maybe there's, something we haven't had in a while. Not a lot with table service there that we want to do. So
yeah, you've got Skipper Canteen. I mean, Crystal Palace. Most people are not going to. Well, there's not many people that can get into Cinderella's Royal Table.
Correct.
Yeah. So do you think that the nature of families that are visiting Magic Kingdom, that the kind of food that the Magic Kingdom serves is perfect or just okay for them anyway?
Think about it. There's 40 some attractions that you can hit. People want to hit the attractions. They don't want to sit down for 2 hours for a meal. Boom, 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 boom. Quick service,
right.
quick service, quick service.
Right. So for sit down, sure, but even for a counter service,
there are a lot of choices.
There's a lot of choices. But it's kind of basic, hamburgers, chicken tenders,
lobster roll.
Well, yeah.
You got to look. You just got to find it. My wife's favorite meal she gets is that the waffle that's got the Nutella with the fruit on it. She has to have that at least one trip out of there. And that's why I end up eating a corn dog. I don't eat corn dogs at home. So there's one meal right there. We're done.
I do. But do you think the variety? I don't disagree that there are things to find in Magic Kingdom. Do you think that the variety of the food in the Magic Kingdom is as broad as something like Epcot?
It's really expanded. Now, if we were having this conversation back in the mid-90s, I'd say it's chicken fingers and hamburgers and that's it. But they have really expanded the type of food that you're going to find there. If you can't find something that you want to eat at the Magic Kingdom, you haven't looked enough. So there's always something. You could have fries with anything you want, or what are they? What do they call them? The barrel things. You can have those there.
Potato barrel.
They're potato barrels. They don't call them tater tots. That's a brand name. So yeah, the potato barrels are covered with anything you want at one of them. So, and you can take your food anywhere. So if you're getting food from one location, you can walk over to another air-conditioned location if it's just a cart from outside. I mean, Darlene loves the hamburger spring roll things that they have.
Yes. Give me a hamburger spring roll set and I'm set.
There you go. Eat it on the run.
Exactly.
So Lottie and Shannon, if you're not liking the food in Magic Kingdom as much, what is it that you're thinking is lacking for you?
It has a lot of quick service that just isn't. It's typical theme park food. It's not like, when you go over to Epcot and you've got a bunch of choices, or you go to Disney Springs even, right? There is a walk-up window for Wine Bar George where you could just get the fried mozzarella or the fried macaroni and cheese balls. The stuff at Epcot or the Magic Kingdom is really just generally basic theme park food. And so,
what do you think about the quality? Do you think that the quality is mediocre in the Magic Kingdom, or?
But I'm a foodie, so
Yeah.
I was going to say wrong person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat the corn dog. I am not gonna go eat a Mickey pretzel. I'm on vacation. I want something extraordinary, and it just isn't in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and
you don't
not
get that white cultural food that you get at Animal Kingdom.
Yes,
There you can go and you can try Africa, you can try Asia. There's all these different types of foods. I like to try a different culture for each day.
Yeah. No Nomad Lounge in Magic Kingdom.
No Nomad Lounge in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Well, so
but they have Dole Whips.
They do. I will always get a Dole Whip, but that's not like dinner. That's not lunch.
That's a snack.
Something. Yeah.
And if you're at Animal Kingdom, it can be a drink.
This is true.
Also true. The $15 Dole Whip with coconut rum.
Coconut rum.
Yeah. So do we think that at least over the last 10 years or more, that at least Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios have been expanding, that they've been growing? I mean, we've certainly have a couple of new lands in Hollywood Studios. Animal Kingdom had a big land change, and it's got a new one coming. So do we think that Disney is trying to increase attendance at Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom? I see
more Animal Kingdom now. Yes,
I see Kurt nodding and Darlene nodding. So do you think that that's going to make a difference in Animal Kingdom?
Definitely.
Adding food?
No,
the new attractions.
Increasing a whole new land. Yeah. Well, so Hollywood Studios has a new land under construction. Animal Kingdom has a new land under construction, but so does Magic Kingdom. And Magic Kingdom has two big lands coming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I foresee that Magic Kingdom attendance is going to grow even above what it is today once Pikes Peak, once Piston Peak and Villains Land are in there. I mean, it seems to me that they're going to need more dining. They're going to need more transportation, more infrastructure for the number of people that are coming there yet.
And I'd say,
go ahead.
I'd say that the reason, what I do when I'm picking the park I kind of look at what park's going to be a little more crowded and less crowded. And that's how I figure mine out. So when you look at Hollywood Studios, the footprint is just can't get much bigger. Like, it's not expanding out. They're just changing out things. Whereas Magic Kingdom is expanding in size. Like Tom Sawyer Island, was a big piece of space, but there weren't a lot of people on it. So now they're going to replace it, and there's going to be a lot of people. You can spread out better. I don't know. That's how I pick my parks.
Every time they build a new land, they make sure there's three things in there: your attraction, your merchandise, and new food. So every time they do that, when you look at Piston Peaks, one of the things they have there is some kind of a food. Villains Land, there's going to be food. They're going to have the sushi place inside of
Harryhausen's,
Harryhausen's.
Mm-hmm.
So they are always adding food. Yeah, I can't go there unless you want to kill me. So every time, you're right, they need more restaurants. Well, they're adding them. That's one of the things.
What I'm saying is
yeah,
the attendance is going to go up. So there's going to be more people, which affects transportation. They've got to have enough things to keep people busy there. But even getting into the park, so I'm curious, are they going to continue to have one entrance into Magic Kingdom?
Yes.
And
yes, security.
Well,
for security reasons, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. Well,
I know they do a couple different entrances at Disneyland, and Epcot does as well, but that's not the Magic Kingdom. Like you said, that's a lot of people going in and out.
Yeah.
So if there was an emergency, they can go out through the back door.
Yeah. Well, they also have to get the buses in there. I mean, the monorails are already pretty taxed going, and they are creating, is it one more ferry boat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But just getting back to the point, so there may be more people at Animal Kingdom Hollywood Studios, but Magic Kingdom as well. So I think Magic Kingdom is going to continue to be the most visited park, and their attendance is going to go up.
Though I was playing with park ticket prices today, and I mean, Magic Kingdom is excessively higher in price. So if people want to come and they just want to do a park or two and they don't have the means to do, Magic Kingdom a couple days, they might pick one of the other parks.
Yeah, right. Well, and the price speaks to demand.
Yeah.
Just like Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the Lightning Lane. Go ahead.
I think it was like $30-some for the Lightning Lane at the Magic Kingdom, and I believe it was $17 for going to, I think, Epcot, and Epcot was $19 and Animal Kingdom was $17, but it was over $27 for Disney Hollywood Studios. So it's where are they going for attractions and where are they going for other things. So there's not a lot of attractions in Animal Kingdom, so we know that. So that's why the ticket price or that Lightning Lane has to be that low. No one's getting it otherwise. If it's that cheap, it's just like buying like one individual Lightning Lane. So it's not that bad. And Epcot, same thing. It's a lot of the things that people are going on are people eaters. So it's not going to be as expensive because you don't need as many major attractions that are done at Epcot that you would need that Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
So, but there's a supply and demand.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to close off, and I want to ask two questions to everybody, and I want to know what is and we've talked about this before, but to kind of reiterate or repeat things, what is your favorite park of the four? And, I think the answer is pretty simple, but you can expand on it. Are you glad that Walt Disney World has the variety in the theme parks that we have? So I'm going to go back to you again to start off, Shannon. So what's your favorite park of the four, and are you happy, and do you make use of all four parks?
So I want to say the Animal Kingdom is my favorite, but realistically it's Hollywood Studios, which I'm like, what? I can't believe I'm saying that. We love Star Wars Land. We always go there. We just enjoy it. Like Rise of the Resistance is just such an amazing ride. And Hollywood Studios is so close to Epcot that we just hop over. Like now that the kids are at the teenager age, they love being able to go back and forth between those parks. But I love the food in Animal Kingdom, and we love Avatar. What was your other question?
So are you glad there is the variety of the four different theme parks, and do you find yourself making use of all of them?
Absolutely. Yeah. We really enjoy it's like multiple vacations in one.
Lottie, same thing to you.
Epcot's my favorite, hands down.
Okay.
I want to eat well, so Epcot's the place to be. Yes, I'm glad there's variety because everybody is in a different place in their life and they have different kids or they don't have kids, or there's something there for everybody. So if there was only Epcot, I would be sad. So I'm hoping that one day that there's a fifth gate. So
Darlene.
Well, hands down, mine has always been and always will be Magic Kingdom. I love that park. I love the rides in it. I don't mind the food variety. We always find something to eat wherever we are, whatever park we're at. We always find some sort of food. I mean, we were just at Animal Kingdom, and we picked up the pork egg rolls from the walk-up counter service at near Yak and Yeti. So I'm very happy that there's a variety. You know,
You get around to them fairly equally, or?
yeah, we do. We do. It just depends. Like this week, a friend came in from Seattle that used to live here. We met her at Animal Kingdom for a few hours, and then we left. Same thing this week. A friend of mine is in town and wants to meet up for her birthday, so I'm going to meet her at one of the parks. I don't know which one yet, but
Okay.
yeah.
Kurt?
Well, we know I'm an original, so I'm always going to want the Magic Kingdom. I do not want that fifth gate, Lottie. The fifth gate, I go for 5 days. I need my 2 days in the Magic Kingdom. Then I've got 3 more parks I can go to. That fifth gate, I might have to leave off one of the parks.
You're gonna have
You're
to
making me decide which kid I don't want to visit
add an
on
extra
my trip. Hey, you can buy my extra DVC points. I need a 2-bedroom. That's where I'm like. That's why we do 5 instead of 6. So if we're only getting a 1-bedroom, we could add an extra day. We get the 2-bedroom. So we really do only have a 4-night trip. So either that or we're going to tack on a couple $100 for the more than that if there was 6 of us going for staying at some value resort or something. And no, thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the Magic Kingdom every time. Like Darlene said, you got to find food. If they could get that viral ice cream sandwich from Animal Kingdom to another park, I would appreciate that. I could eat that 4 days in a row with my Dole Whip. But God,
Do you find yourself spreading your, so you don't completely spread your time across the parks because you go to Magic Kingdom twice. So
yeah. Otherwise, we're spending 1 day at each park. So it's 1 day at each park. If we have a 6-day ticket like we did this year, where we spend for a 4, get a 6, that second park that we're going to go to is going to be Epcot. And hopefully there's something going on, some festival. So we pretty much our first day, we got down there. My son's flight was delayed because the pilot didn't show up. Go figure. Yeah, don't ask. So by the time we get in there, we just walked around for the festival and just checked everything out. I don't know if we rode more than 1 or 2 rides that day. I know we didn't do a lightning lane. So we did a couple, but it wasn't a lot. Mostly it was just walk around and sample food.
Nothing wrong with that.
I channeled my inner Lottie and just kept eating. And just enjoying everything that was going on, because that was Flower and Garden. We got a lot of photos and everything. But then otherwise, the Magic Kingdom, you can't do the Magic Kingdom in 1 day. Or else you're literally going, wait, did we ride this attraction?
Not from a ride perspective. I don't think so. No.
So,
and Magic Kingdom is still my favorite. But I do go to every park for a trip when we're down there. In the odd event that we're down there for 3 days, we might cut Animal Kingdom out if we don't have enough time. But we spread our time pretty much well across the parks. We usually get to Magic Kingdom twice, but right now we have an annual pass, so it's a little bit easier. We're going to Magic Kingdom in the morning, Epcot in the evening, or Hollywood Studios in the morning, and moving around. So we do kind of split things around a little bit. And I'm certainly thankful that we do have that variety, whether it be in rides or theming or food or shows or whatever. So it's just a matter of, okay, what are we going to pick today? And a lot of times, we may only get on 3, 4, 5 rides in a given day, but we're experiencing a lot of other things, shows or eating or just walking around and relaxing sometimes. But every family is different. If I was buying single tickets each day I was there, I would it wouldn't just be rides, but I would be making sure that I was getting enough value as compared to having been there all these years, and I don't have as much of a need to get on as many rides in a given day. So, yeah, still Magic Kingdom for me, though.
Right. And you made the comment about park hopping, and I know Shannon said that's why she gets her park hopper. And I guess we're at that point, like you were talking about, John, only doing a couple of attractions possibly in a day, that we're at that point where my son, we did get a park hopper for him because my wife and I had annual passes at the time. And he said, I don't like that because we paid extra. It was at the time, it was like $85 extra for the park hopper. And we used it twice. And he said, it almost felt like it was forced that we had to go to the second park because we paid for that extra. He goes, there were days where I was just tired and I just wanted to relax. So like an Animal Kingdom day, maybe we were done by 2:00, go and hit Disney Springs. So now you're adding up more steps. And he's like, it's hot at the time. I just wanted to relax. But we really had to go over, and we went, rather than just eating something nearby, we ended up going over to Epcot to eat because then we could use our park hopper ticket.
That makes sense. I don't go in the summer.
Well, you know,
all over because I'm not burning up.
Well, he was in college at the time, and that's when other people were available, and that's when I could go, and that's why we always go in the summertime, first week in June usually.
Yeah. Another one of the reasons why, one of the things that Disney World does, with that variety, and it allows for different families with different needs to be able to enjoy their time. So we hope that everybody enjoyed their time this evening. It was a little bit different tonight, but appreciate all of the comments from our hosts. If you want to share some of your thoughts, you can reach out to us on our social media. You can connect with us on Facebook or Instagram. For watching or listening to the podcast, you can see the podcast on YouTube, or you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and TuneIn Podcasts. And you can also visit our website and find out a little bit more about us at wdwfanzoneshow.com. So that's it for this week. We hope to have everybody come back again next week, but let's all sign off until then.
Well, in honor of Carousel of Progress closing, I have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
See you real soon.
Have a magical night. Stay safe. Pack your ponchos and your sunscreen and a lot of water.
Well, I don't know if anybody is thanking us yet for this episode, but the Rock and his cohorts are coming out now, or out now with Moana. So all I have to say is, hey, it's okay, you're welcome, and again, you don't have to thank us, but we do hope you come back, share us with your family and friends, and have a great week, and hope to see you next time.